Welcome to the webinar for stock forecasting reports. When we get through this, you should all understand how forecasting reports work, what kind of jobs they pull data from, and what it helps you do. You can also use this report as a staging report, so you can stage your wells using sales orders or material transfers. So I'm just going to show you my example report here. To get to the forecasting report, click Reports, and it's going to be in Finance here, and Stock Forecasting. I'm going to run it without any filters just to show you an example. And that's how you get to the report. So first thing, a stock forecasting report combines information from your purchase orders, sales orders, and your current stock. Using this information, it quickly sets up something similar to a general ledger. That way you can quickly and easily identify shortages and overages before they happen. As you can see, there are already a few items here. By default, the report is arranged by date and grouped by master part numbers. So this first block here is all my 2 1/16 J55 jobs rolled into one and grouped by date. The report is arranged in chronological order, as you can see by the date column. So let's look at our 2 3/8 here. The first line under each master part is your current balance, which shows as today's date. My next pair of orders is on the 4th, then one on the 7th, then on the 10th, and so on. So on to the next line. The PO footage over here is the amount of footage on purchase orders or other transactions being put towards your total. This column shows positive balances as it's adding to your inventory. For example, this purchase on the 4th shows 310 feet, and as you can see, the report is projecting that amount into my total balance. This purchase is being tracked by Oil Country OS on purchase order 22, which is shown in the PO column. This row will also fill in on a sales row if the sales order relies on inventory from a purchase order. Now on to the next line. The SO footage is the amount of footage on a sales order or material transfer being made on a certain date. This column shows as negatives, as selling your inventory obviously means you have less of it. For example, this sale, also on the 4th, shows negative 155 feet. And again, the report projects that out of your total balance. And as we can see, this report is being tracked by OCOS on sales order 56 under the order column here. Speaking of total balance, the total balance column shows you the projected running total of your inventory. It's done by master part number and by date. So each line on this report should show some projected update to your total balance, be it positive or negative. That way you can look at any given date and see just how much of that inventory you should have at that time. So notice here we might have a shortage as it's showing a negative balance, because we have an order on the 15th, but since we don't have enough inventory for it, it's going to tell us we have a negative balance. Likewise, if you have way too much of one kind of inventory, you'll be able to see that too. There is, of course, some other information here. The customer name column fills in with the name of your customer, of course, for sales. For purchase orders, however, it's going to fill in the name of your vendor, who you're getting the inventory from. Well information is also pulled from your sales or purchase orders, but only if that information is filled in on those orders. Same with the release column here. It'll pull from the release column on your sales order to provide you with some extra information. You can use it to tie into an external system, possibly set it as the customer's purchase order number, whatever works for you. The AFE field is more or less the same. It's not necessary, but if it's filled in on your purchase and sales orders, it will provide you with more information. All right. Note that this one line item is highlighted in green and italicized. That's because the order has not been closed out yet, but it has been invoiced. The reason that invoices show up is, of course, because the sale has been delivered but has not yet been finalized. This indicates that it has been delivered and may not be affecting your current balance. So that's for you to determine based on your operation. Once a sale or purchase is final, it will disappear from the forecasting report. This is because once finalized, the order is reduced from your current balance. Even if the inventory is delivered early, it will still be reduced from the current balance and will no longer show on the report. So this report does all the math for you and shows you the total amount of each type of inventory you have after each transaction into the future. All these transactions do take place in the future, by the way. As you can see, today's date is the 2nd, and that shows my current balance, and nothing should show before today with a few rare exceptions. You can start using this report now to project your sales and purchases through the end of the year. That way you can prevent overstocking or overpurchasing, because who wants to pay taxes on extra inventory? No additional effort is required to use this report. Just run the report on a regular basis to stay informed about your sales, purchasing, and inventory levels. Alright, so again, the forecasting report is going to help you find shortages or overages before they happen. It also shows you who you're selling to and purchasing from, and a running total of your inventory separated by master part. Using this report, you can see where you need to adjust your incoming and outbound inventory.